3 favorite books: The Alchemist, Milk and Honey, and The Pilgrimage. My favorite poems from Drops of Wisdom would be Angel, Raw, and When I Let Go. How long it took? A little bit more than 2 years before I was able to have the manuscript completed. The first copy given to my parents. My favorite book as a child was The Little Prince. My favorite book now of all times, I think it keeps being The Alchemist. Also, The Power of Now. In the self-help area, The Power of Now is a book that I thought it was great. How quickly can you finish reading a book? That depends. It depends in how interested I am in the book. If it's a book that really got me, I'm gonna stay there until I finish it. Like, I will eat it completely. So it could be a few days, depending on how big it is. Other books I take longer because they're different and I take my time to read them. So it depends a lot. If I prefer to read a book or listening to an audiobook, I prefer to read it. Always, I prefer to read it. I love reading. I prefer to read than watching a video. Who is my favorite author? Paulo Coelho. Definitely. What has inspired me? Some of the books that have inspired me. Some of the books that have inspired my writing. So I'm changing the question into me saying it as a sentence. Some of the books that have inspired my writing, very old poetry books. Those were my first ever books that I read when I was about maybe 6 and 7, between 6 and 7, I think. And I started reading very, very old poetry, like very old. They were in my grandfather's home library, and so those were my first books ever, and I loved them. I still remember the smell of them. Those yellow pages that you open the book and it's falling apart. That's how old. So it was really old poetry. Then Paulo Coelho books, of course. Self-help books, which is what I mainly read when I became a teenager and on. But besides some novels I was reading on suspense, I liked it when I was a teenager. And then self-help books forever and ever on psychology. That's all I read since I was a teenager. And they inspire me to write because they help a lot. And Milk and Honey is one of the poetry books of these times that inspire me to finish writing my book, because she wrote there a lot of the things that I like writing about as well. So it really gave me a push to finish mine. What book is at the top of your reading pile? Right now, I don't have a pile. The last book I got is from Matthias Stefano. It's a series of books about yo soy, I am. So you can say spiritual, but I don't want to call it spiritual. It's just consciousness and self-knowledge. Which book do you think everyone should enjoy? Would enjoy, sorry. Oh, that's a hard one for me. I don't know. I don't know which book will everyone enjoy. Everyone is too expansive, and I really don't think everyone will enjoy one book. I think like there's no one size that fits all and not one diet for everyone. The same I think about books. So I don't have any in mind right now. How many books have read this year so far? Well, this year just started. So no one, zero for now. I think I'm gonna read my book. I mean, because it's a coincidence that it's the book I'm getting for the first time this year. But last year, more or less, I'm calculating maybe 5 or 6, but I really don't know, because I really don't keep score. It's not like 20 books. No, I'm not gonna read 20 books, but something around there. I really can't remember how many I read last year. Why should people read your book? So why people should read my book? I think because it's inspiring, or it can inspire you to maybe see certain things in your life from a different place. It's self-reflective, and it also speaks about what connects us all as humans, and it has nature photography, which I love. And if you like nature and you enjoy some photography, then it's a nice little thing that you can see throughout it. Besides, there's some reference to nature in some of the poems. Yeah, those are some reasons.